The last topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros. Does Canelo steamroll Berlanga, or will Berlanga pull off a historic upset? So we were talking about this last week, man. I'm disappointed in the video we did last week. I feel like it deserved way more views, by the way. You should go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
The betting odds haven't moved much. And so Edgar Berlanga is still a historic underdog in this fight. And so if you wanted to win $100 on FanDuel, you would have to bet $1,450 on Canelo in order to win $100. On DraftKings, you would have to bet $1,800 on Canelo in order to win $100. And you would have to bet $1,600 to win $100 on Canelo on BetMGM. However, if you wanted to win $900, well, if you bet $100 on Edgar Berlanga, you'd win $900 on FanDuel. If you bet $100 on Berlanga, you win $1,000 on DraftKings. And if you bet $100 on Berlanga, you'd win $800 on BetMGM Grant. And if you bet $100 on a draw, you'd win $2,000 if it was a draw, and you'd win $2,500 if it was a draw on BetMGM. So again, Vegas wasn't built with winners' money, and there's a reason why they're giving you these type of odds to bet on Edgar Berlanga. Trill dollar bill. How do you see this fight going?
At first, when I first seen the fight being made, I said steam rolling. Canelo's gonna steamroll him. This is gonna be crazy. He'll be out in the first round, maybe two. You know what I'm saying? Maybe two. But then I had a dream. Yeah, I had a dream. They still gonna lose. But but he was gonna change the perception that people had of him. I don't know why, but I feel like even though he's gonna lose, probably by knockout, but the heart that he's gonna show is gonna be like, I keep saying, I don't know why, but I keep picturing Salvador Sanchez and Wilfredo Gomez. Even though Gomez lost that fight, the Hall of Fame Puerto Rican fighter, he lost that fight, the legend. He lost that fight, but the way that he fought, he showed so much heart and gained the respect of a lot of people, and I think the same thing is going to happen. I feel it. The same thing is just going to happen or when on the 14th, that's the fight on the 14th, when he steps in there, when he steps in there with Canelo. I think he's going to be outmatched. The IQ of Canelo is going to be too much, but the heart of Edgar Berlanga is going to be on display. The heart of Edgar Berlanga is going to be on display because he realized what it is. I think he does. I think he really realized the opportunity that he's getting and how people are against him and what people think about him. I know he's been trying to surround himself with people, positive people, and people that's rooting for him, but he can't help but to hear the naysayers. He can't help but to hear the doubters of people saying that he's going to get washed. And I think he's going in there and he's been training his little heart off. I've been watching him. He's been trained, been going hard because he's definitely going to want to show that, he has the heart, but it's not going to be enough to get him the victory. But I do think it's going to be enough to get us his respect, from the people. I think it's going to be enough to get the respect from the people, but not enough to get the victory.
I get what you're saying. We always say it's not the fact that you lose, it's how you lose.
It's how you lose.
You can still build your value in the L, which a lot of people have done, like Pitbull Cruz, for example, losing the Tank. If you fight well and you fight hard.
Look at Gabe. Gabe made a career of it.
Gabe, Derek Wood, Chisora. You can still get people excited.
The Revenchenko.
Yeah. That's another one. There's countless people throughout the history of boxing. So, like, when you hear everyone saying, like, oh, if you lose, your career is over, it's not true, man. You look at the history of boxing, there have been a lot of people who've been able to do well after a loss and still lose and do well. Like you used to call what Adrian Granados. He
Yeah.
do well enough to get another fight. Jose Chito Lopez do well enough to get another fight. So
Paulie Malignaggi became famous off of a broken cheekbone.
yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And he was another one. He would lose, but he get another fight. Why? Because he showed heart and he go in there and do his thing. So again, it's how you perform, and a loss doesn't define your career. But in this fight, I'll be honest. I think Edgar Berlanga is going to get steamrolled. And the reason is because I've seen Edgar get dropped. Now you go back, there's a history of Edgar being hurt. Edgar's been dropped in the amateurs. He's been hurt in sparring. There's Erickson Lubin video going around. He was dropped in the pros, and he's been hurt in the pros. And he's made bad decisions, like he bit his opponent in the ring and got suspended. So there's so much going against Edgar Berlanga. And for me, hopefully he's learned his lessons. And if he's learned his lessons, then I do think he has the potential to make it a competitive fight. But just going based off of what I've seen in the ring, he gets caught, he gets hurt, and his chin is questionable. Now, we were just talking about Anthony Joshua, and people say Anthony Joshua has a questionable chin. I think that Edgar Berlanga has a questionable chin, especially in the ring against Canelo Alvarez, where everyone who's ever been in the ring with Canelo says, like, yo, this dude can hit, like this dude can punch. So, and I think it was a Breadman. I can't remember his name, but he kind of hinted at the fact that even Caleb Plant said Canelo hits harder than David Benavidez, and like Canelo like can
It's
punch.
different. He said it's different. He said when you outside of the ring, I said, you watch him like, I can take him. You know what I'm saying? Boy ain't got nothing on me. You know what I'm saying? I can beat Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Once you get in there,
you outside the ring with your shades on in an arena. I can beat Canelo.
I can take him.
I can
drunk.
beat Canelo.
Listen, I can take him. You know what I'm saying? I can take him, man.
But I do think that Berlanga is just going to be in the ring with someone who's more experienced, high IQ, tremendous talent. Even Munguia, for example. Munguia is a really good fighter, but Munguia and it looked like Canelo carried Munguia, to be honest with you. And I don't think he's going to want to carry Berlanga.
He definitely carried Munguia because he bought him a car afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like it looked like he carried Munguia. I don't think
he liked the kid. He liked the kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Munguia was more respectful than Berlanga's been in the build-up. And I'm not mad at Berlanga. Go for yours. That's what you're supposed to do. Go for yours. Go for yours. And you're right. I've seen Berlanga training. I do think that he's taking it very seriously. I think he's going to be in the best shape of his life. I think that he's going to be the best version of Berlanga that we've ever seen. But Canelo's used to that. Munguia was the best version of Munguia. Bivol was the best version of Bivol. Like, Canelo's going to get every fighter's best shot the same way Floyd got every fighter's best shot. Like, that's just the way it is. So we're going to see the best version of Berlanga. But I just don't think he has the tools to beat Canelo. And if he does beat Canelo,
it's going to come down to IQ.
There's a lot of high IQ fighters in the game these days. The IQ is graded on a bell curve. But look, like, in all seriousness, Edgar Berlanga he's a threat. Physically, he's a threat. He has power. He has speed. Offensively, he's very dangerous. And if he could catch Canelo, he can hurt Canelo. Yeah, all these things are true. But just as much as he's a threat offensively, defensively, he's a liability. His chin is questionable. And his temperament. Like, he's bit someone in the ring. He has the tendency to get into pointless exchanges where he's loading up. And I just think that Canelo is too experienced for him, and it reminds me of, like I said, Tito Trinidad versus Fernando Vargas, except in the reverse, that the Mexican fighter in this fight is the more experienced fighter, and the Puerto Rican's the baby who's coming up. And, can he show the heart that Vargas showed?
I was about to say, if he can do that.
If he can do that, if he can do that, he'll win over a lot of fans. If he can fight Canelo, the way Vargas fought Trinidad, he'd win over a lot of fans. But I don't see him winning the fight. I think Canelo's going to steamroll him. I think Canelo's going to stop him inside 8.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. I'm the commissioner, Tro Dollar Bills. My brother, Caden, is LLG for life. Thank you for rocking with the Boxing Bros, where we give you our unbiased opinion on the greatest sport ever, and that is boxing. We appreciate you always. Until next week, ladies and gentlemen, Boxing Bros signing out.